Hello everyone, and welcome to my very first video. I wanted to talk a little bit about the victimhood status issue. Or I think it's an issue anyway. Because I often don't understand why people are indoctrinated into victimhood. Why would intersectional feminism, BLM, SJW type of groups want to push people into the victim mentality? I mean, other than using fear as a tool to control people. Cause that's pretty much the only reason I can think of. And shit like that just does my fucking head in. Isn't this all a form of bullying? Oh, everything is sexist, everything is racist. Which are sexist and racist statements in and of themselves. But especially when it comes from Mr. Whitey! I love that word. Whitey! Anyways, broadening the definitions of these terms to fit the narrative. And also they can shut you up and they can keep living with their delusions. It's been done to them, and then they proceed to do it to themselves and want you to do so as well. Well, I for one am not going to capitulate to these demands of thought policing yourself. I also strongly hold the belief that you will never get rid of racism or sexism or any other kind of ism. Because there will always be sexists, racists, misogynists, misandrists, etc., etc. You will never get rid of them. I mean, you know how they never say never? Well, I'm saying never. Plus, you don't want them to go away. You need a balance in this life. I don't really want to call it right or wrong, because only thinking makes it so. But you need good and bad ideas in this world to have a balanced world, you know. And, well, seeing a lot of these things on the YouTubes lately, I've been thinking a lot about what happened to honestly looking at yourself and see your flaws. What happened to feeling like a victim constantly and being bothered by that? What happened to the intrinsic need to improve yourself rather than changing the world around you? So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I've been bullied from 5 years old to 11, 12, 13, something like that. Flipping my shit at least every other week trying to beat the shit out of those kids bullying me, right? I've been diagnosed with ADHD from a very young age. Also more recently with PDD-NOS, which falls somewhere on the autistic spectrum, and dysthymia. The easiest way to explain that for me is chronic minor depression that lasts longer than 2 years in adults, and with breaks from it that don't last longer than 2 months or something is the definition of it. So I guess you can say I felt like a victim for a very long time. Mostly because I've kept telling myself over the years that I'm a pretty decent guy, you know, but a worthless piece of trash. Had suicidal thoughts for most of my life, but just enough hope for better days to not act on it. I used to smoke a lot of weed. Haven't done it for 6 years now. And well, I still game a lot to get away from confronting all these demons that I have within myself. So I turned 30 this year and thought to myself, fuck mates, if I don't fucking do something about my self-esteem issues and my depressions and needing to drop at least 30 kilograms of weight, it will only get harder from here on out. Shit, I'd better go seek some help and find some activities that will help me develop myself into a more balanced or content person. So I'm in therapy now, and we'll see what it'll do for me in the long run. I started kickboxing, quit smoking cigarettes, 5 days at the moment of recording. And I keep telling myself it's easy to quit smoking, to fool myself into thinking it is easy to quit smoking. So yeah, there are other things like diet that I'll tackle at a later time, because working on too many things at once, I think that'll drive me pretty nuts. But here's why I'm telling you this. I fear that with these indoctrinated professional victims, that because they are sort of pushed into victimhood, they are less likely to come to this conclusion for themselves, and might suffer from victimhood for the rest of their lives. And everything that might even suggest that they seek out help is well, insert slur here, driving their victim status up a few notches as their friends start to abandon them, and perpetuates the self-fulfilling prophecy of victimhood. Now, I'm not sure how us people that refuse to have our opinions drowned out by the thought police can do something about this situation. For the past couple of years, I've thought that something like mandatory draft after high school would help a lot of people. So have them serve in the military for like 2 years or so before you send them to college. Or teach them how to survive in nature and do that for half a year or a year. I don't know, something in that fashion. I don't know if these are necessarily good ideas, but I can definitely see the benefit of these two things. So yeah, thank you all for watching my video. If you like it, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, then hit the subscribe button. If you have thoughts or comments, or what you think would be solutions, please leave them in the comment section. So I'm out, peeps. Y'all take care, have a good one, and catch you next time.